Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Masada and thank you for liking my videos. Today it's fifth lecture on quadratic equation where I'm going to deal location of roots. This topic is a bit difficult for students and they always feel confused. At the same time, in IIT exams this is an important topic. So let's see what is there. I have tried to make it a bit simpler kind of, so I have divided this full topic into 9 smaller parts and compiled 3 parts in one section. And that's how, if you observe this, you will see a pattern, coherent pattern, which will help you to remember this and it will help you to solve questions. But one reminder that when you are going through online videos, you must focus and at the same time you must make notes, then it will be helpful. So let's start. Location of roots is topic where information about position of roots are given and then it asks relation between the coefficients a, b and c. So ax square plus bx plus c is given, where position of roots are given. They will give information like both the roots are more than 3. Means what? If it is 3, this will be like alpha here, beta here. So this is telling us about position of alpha and beta. In this example, alpha and beta both are on the right hand side of 3, right? So they will be giving you some information about position of roots and then they will be asking relation between a, b and c. So let's see. So I told you in the beginning, I have divided this location of roots into 9 parts and I will be teaching each 3 part in one go. So first 3 is both roots are positive, second is one positive, one negative, and third is both the roots are negative. We have actually done this part in lecture 2, but we want to do it again. So what it says, both the roots are positive. If both the roots are positive means alpha, beta both positive. One positive, one negative, what will be there? One, either alpha greater than 0, then beta will be less than 0, or beta greater than 0, alpha less than 0, either this one or this one. Both negative means alpha, beta both less than 0, right? So when both the roots are positive, one negative, both the roots are negative, what are the determining factors? There are 3 determining factors for that. First is D. Second is sum of roots. And third is product of roots, okay? So for the first situation, what can you say about D? Both the roots are positive, so this means real, and both can be same or different, so it can be greater than or equal to 0. First condition. Second, what can you say about sum of roots? Sum of root is minus b by a, right? What can you say about minus b by a? That is alpha, beta both positive, sum will be certainly positive. What can you say about product of root alpha, beta? That is both the root are positive, product is going to be positive. So these 3 conditions will decide both the roots are positive. So if a question is asked, I will be putting these conditions on the coefficients and then solve them and get the answer. When one positive, one negative, what is condition on D? One positive, one negative means there will be 2 distinct roots, so D will be greater than 0. There is no possibility of D equal to 0. Second is, what can you say about sum of roots? One positive, one negative, so it depends on magnitude of alpha and beta that it will be positive or negative, so we cannot say conclusively anything about sum of roots. So there is no second condition on sum of root. Third is, what is product of root? That is C by A. C by A, one positive, one negative, this means this will be less than 0. Now when C by A is less than 0 means what? C and A have opposite sign, right? If C is positive, A must be negative, then it will be less than 0. So what can you say about AC? It will be less than 0. Then what can you say about B square minus 4AC? This is positive, AC is negative, with a minus sign it is positive, right? So it is positive. This means what? D is greater than 0. So whenever AC is less than 0 or C by A is less than 0 means D is automatically more than 0. So why we will not be writing this condition? This one condition is sufficient. So what is the condition? Condition is C by A less than 0. This is only one condition for second type. Move to third type when both the roots are negative. When both the roots are negative, what can you say about D? Both root can be same or different, so greater than equal to 0. Second is, what can you say about sum of root minus b by a? Both negative, sum of root will be certainly negative, less than 0. What can you say about product of root? Both negative, product is going to be positive. So these are the condition for three different situations, this, and this, right? Since we have already done this, I'm not bringing any question right now. So if you want to see more questions, you can see lecture number 2. Moving ahead with next 3 sets. Now these 3 sets, both the roots are more than k. One root is more than k, one is less than k, and second is both the roots are less than k. So this is kind of both the roots are more than 20, kind of, right? So one number k decides position of roots. First is both the roots are more than k. If both the roots are more than k, means alpha beta will be lying on the right hand side of k, right? So let's see how graph will look like. So what we will be doing, we will plotting graph for this situation when both the roots are more than k and looking for conditions. So let's see. So when a is greater than 0, that is graph is open upward, graph can be like first this one or this one. First one is when both the roots are same, lying right side of k. Both the roots are distinct, alpha beta distinct, lying right side of k, right? There can be 2 more graphs. Let's see. So in both the figures here, roots are right hand side of k, and this is a less than 0. So before I move ahead, I will be writing 3 determining factors for these conditions, both the roots more than k, less than k, one more, one less. First is D. Second is vertex, that is position of vertex. And third is A into Fk. You remember when it is positive, negative, what were the conditions? D, then minus B by A and C by A, right? Here these 3 are the determining factor. So for both of them, what is condition on D? D, it will be greater than equal to 0, greater for distinct roots and equal to for same root, right? So D is greater than equal to 0. Second is, where is vertex? Vertex is on the right hand side of k. This means x coordinate of vertex is more than k, right? That is minus b by 2a should be greater than k. That is second condition. Third is, what can we say about a into fk? Fk means what is value of the function at k. This means if graph is above x-axis, its value is positive. If graph is below x-axis, it is negative. So here I see graph is above x-axis. So for this figure, fk is positive. And what is a? A is also positive. So a into fk is positive. For this one, graph is below x-axis. See at k, here graph is below, right? So this means fk is negative, but a is also negative. So a into fk is what? A into fk is positive. So these 3 conditions will give this both the roots more than k. Moving to one more, one less. So graph will be like this, where k is between the roots. For this situation, what is D here? Both the roots are distinct, so D is greater than 0, no chance of equal to. Second is, what can we say about vertex? Vertex, we cannot say anything about vertex. If k is here, right, the quadratic expression graph can be, so vertex is right hand side of k. It can be this also. Vertex is left hand side of k, right? Got it? So this means vertex can be any side of k, so it is again inconclusive, right? So we cannot say anything about vertex. So second is no condition. Third one is, what is a into fk? So you see at k graph is below x-axis. This means fk is negative. But what is a? Positive. So a positive, fk negative. Product is less than 0. Here, what is fk? It is above. Graph is above x-axis. So it is positive. A into fk, a is negative. Again, positive into negative, negative. So a into fk is negative. So these 2 conditions. But when I see a into fk less than 0, fk is negative, a positive means graph will be open upward, right? And then fk is negative, it is coming from positive to negative. This means it will certainly have some root, right? See what I'm saying is, this is x-axis. Since a is positive, graph will be like open, like this one, right? And then at k it says it is less than 0. This means what? It is coming down. If it is coming from positive to negative, somewhere it will cross x-axis. This means what? This means it will certainly have root. Clear? Same way here, a less than 0. This means graph is somewhere here from minus infinity. Then it says at k it is positive. This means it will be crossing x-axis to become negative to positive, right? This means somewhere it will be 0. Again it will have roots. So if a into fk is less than 0 means it will certainly have roots. So there is no need to make this d greater than 0. D greater than 0 for what? Real roots, right? So a into fk already is satisfying that it will have real roots. So this single condition is sufficient to, this single condition is sufficient for this situation. So this is same as kind of this, right? So this means middle one will have only one condition. Now moving to next. Third one is both the roots are less than k. So how graph will look like? Graph will look like this. So for both the roots are less than k, graph will be like this one or this one. I have drawn all four possibilities here. Now what will be condition on d? D will be either greater than equal to 0 because I see real roots. Second is, what about x coordinate of vertex? Vertex I can see it is on left side of k, right? So this means minus b by 2, that is x coordinate of vertex, it should be less than k. And then what can you say about a into fk? This exercise you can do it very easily. Now at k, graph is above x-axis, right? See, means what? Means fk is positive and a is what? A is greater than 0. At k you can see graph is above, right? So this means fk, that is, it is positive and a is also positive in this graph. So a into fk is what? AFK is positive here. What here? Here FA is less than 0, but FK, you see graph is below, right? So FK is negative. A into FK, both negative, so product is positive. So it is positive. If you compare first and third, this is same, this is same. Only difference is second one. So if you observe it, I told you maths is heavily dependent on observation, right? So if you observe things will settle down. Still I recommend that you go through this theory at least 2 times. So let's see one question which will help us to settle things. So the question is, for quadratic equation x square minus m minus 3x plus m is equal to 0, where m is element of R, find values of m for which it has both the roots more than 2. It says both the roots more than 2. This means graph will be like what? Graph will be like this. Right? Graph will be either like this one or like this one. Here it is a greater than 0, here it is a less than 0. Correct? So what will be conditions here? Condition will be d greater than equal to 0 first. Second is, what about vertex? That is minus b by 2a, that is greater than 2. And what about a into fk? That will be what? That will be positive here. So let's solve this. First one, d. What is d? M minus 3 whole square, b square, minus 4m. It is greater than equal to 0. Solve it. That is m square minus 6 minus 4 minus 10m plus 9 greater than equal to 0. Inequality means how to do it? Using sign scheme. Factorize it. X minus 1 into x minus 9 greater than equal to 0. So now critical point 1 and 9, 1, 9 plus minus plus. We are looking for what? Greater than equal to 0 plus. So this and this. So it is minus infinity to 1 union 9 to infinity. Second condition is minus b by 2, that is m minus 3 by 2 greater than 2. This means m is greater than 7. This means what? It is 7 to infinity. This is second one. This is first and this is second. Now third one is what? That is a into fk. K is 2, so a into f2. A high, you can see it is 1x square, a is 1. And then f2 is what? 2 square, that is 4. Minus 2 into m minus 3 plus m. It is what? Greater than 0. This is minus 2m plus, this is minus m. And then 4 plus 6, 10 plus 10 is greater than. This means 0. This means m is less than 10. It is minus infinity to 10. This is third part. Now what we are looking for? We are looking for m which satisfies first, second as well as third, right? And how can we do that? We can do that using intersection. So plot number line, take common, that's your answer. No bubble mark, less than 1, more than 9. And then second is 7 to infinity, so it is 7 here. It's like this, 7 bubble. Then third one is less than 10, so this side bubble mark. So common is here 9 to 10. So answer is 9 to 10. I can see 9 in on 3, 9 is there, 10 is not there. This is your answer, 9 to 10. So this means what? This means if m is from 9 to 10, 9 close, 10 open, then this quadratic equation will have both the roots more than 2. Right? Let's take one more example. So here, for what value of m element of our both the roots exceeds 3? This means graph will be like this one. 3 will be here, then both the roots will be right hand side of 3, or it can be like this. 3, right? So what is d? D is greater than equal to 0. What is vertex? Vertex is right hand side of 3, so minus b by 2a is greater than 3 second. And third is what is e into fk? Fk, k is 3, so f3, a into f3, it should be greater than what? 0. Now write each condition and solve them. D greater than equal to 0 first. 6m square b square minus 4a is 1, then c is 9m square minus 2m plus 2 greater than equal to 0. 36m square, 36m square will cancel out, it is 8m minus 8 greater than equal to 0. This is m is greater than equal to 1, that is 1 to infinity. This is first. Second is minus b by 2, that is 6m by 2 is greater than 3. This means m is greater than 1. So it is 1 to infinity. Second part. Third part is e into f3. A is 1. A is coefficient of x square, that is 1. And f3 you put value 3. So it is 9 minus 18m plus 9m square minus 2m plus 2 greater than 0. Which is 9m square minus 20m plus 11 greater than 0. Sign scheme, if you factorize it, it will be m minus 1 into 9m minus 11. So critical point 1 and 11 by 9, plot it. 1, 11 by 9 plus minus plus, we are looking for plus, right? So this means what? So what it is minus infinity to 1 union 11 by 9 to infinity. Now what we will be doing? We will be taking intersection of 1, 2 and 3. So plot number line. Then first is from 1 to infinity, 1 included. Second is 1 to infinity, 1 excluded. Third is less than 1 more than 11 by 9. So this is common. Answer is 11 by 9 to infinity, 11 by 9 open, infinity open. This is your final answer. Move ahead. So this is second part of location of roots. Here there are three sets. First is both the roots lie in K1, K2, and second is exactly one in K1, K2, and third is both the roots are outside K1, K2. So what I will be doing again, we will be doing same thing. First we'll plot the curve, then focus the determining factors, and then write the condition. So let's look at the graph first. So graph will be either like this one or like this one. You see roots are between K1 and K2. Roots are like this one or this one, right? Alpha, beta, here both the roots are same. So this is possibility for A greater than 0, and then here again both the roots alpha and beta are between K1, K2, and this is for same for identical roots, right? So this is for A less than 0. So these are four possibilities for the situation both the roots lie between K1 and K2. So first we will list the determining factors. So first determining factor is D, and then second is vertex, same as previous one, right? So that's why, I mean, if you focus things, you can see there is some connection. So we have used this one in previous case, we have used this one in previous case. Third one is AFK1, and fourth one is AFK2. See, we have used AFK, right? This is similar. This means there in the previous one it was one real number k which was deciding position of roots. So it was AFK. Now there are two real numbers K1 and K2 which decides position of roots. So that's why AFK1, AFK2, right? This means it is almost same as previous one. So these four things will decide situation for both the roots lie in K1, K2. So look at the figure and tell me what will be D. See, there can be two distinct root or same root, so it will be D greater than equal to 0. Second one, what can you say about vertex? I can see vertex, that is lowermost point of the graph, right? It lies between K1 and K2. So in all four cases, so minus B by 2a, that is x coordinate of vertex, that should lie between K1 and K2, right? So it should be like this. So vertex is between K1 and K2, right? Then what is AFK1? Fourth, AFK2. So this is kind of both the roots are right side of K. In that case, you want to see that this is this. Both the roots alpha and beta are right side of K. What is the condition? AFK greater than 0. So this means this is same thing. There it will be AFK1 should be positive. If you observe things in maths, then you can find pattern and it will help you to remember things in connecting things. So AFK1 will be what? Positive. You can check it here, but there is no need. So now both are left side of K2. See that? This means what is AFK2? A positive, FK2 positive. So product is positive, it will be positive. I am doing it a bit quickly because I see even reasonings are repetitive. So here there are four conditions: D greater than equal to 0, vertex between K1 and K2, very obvious from the figure, and third one is AFK1 positive, AFK2 positive. If a question is asked that roots are between 2 to 5, then this is actually falling in this category, right? And then we can use this four condition and solve them. Solving can be a bit lengthy, but I think planning is clear. Moving to second, there is exactly one root between K1 and K2. So one will be in between K1, K2, and other will be outside that. So how graph will look like? Graph will look like this. So there are four possibility of graph here. See, one root, exactly one root, it is between K1, K2 in this figure, exactly one root between K1, K2, same here and same here. Now, so what is condition on D? First thing. So D, I can see in all four cases there are two distinct root, right? So D will be greater than 0. What can you say about vertex? In this case, you cannot say anything about vertex, right? Because vertex can be between K1, K2, can be outside K1, K2. So exactly one root between K1, K2 does not fix its vertex. So you cannot say anything about vertex. Third one is, what is AF K1? In first figure, A into FK1 it is negative. Second, A into FK1 positive. Here it is A into FK1. See, FK1 is positive, A is negative, negative. And here A FK2 is negative. So this means AFK1 is not able to say anything. Same way AFK2 is not able to say anything, right? You check it. So this means only one condition till now, D greater than 0. So what I am saying, if I observe the graph, I am bringing one more thing, that is FK1 is negative, then FK2 is positive, right? Similarly, FK1 positive to FK2 negative, FK1 negative to FK2 positive. So in all four figure I see, if FK1 is positive, FK2 is negative. So what I can say, I can write FK1 into FK2, it will be less than 0. So FK1 into FK2 is negative, means what? 1 is positive, 1 is negative. Now see, if function is negative at 1 and positive at 1, means what? In between them it will be 0 somewhere. See, function is negative at K1, positive at K2, right? So it will be 0 somewhere in between. So there will be certainly root. Similarly, FK1 positive, FK2 negative. See, in between it will be 0 somewhere. Similarly, in all four graphs, this means what? If Fk1 into Fk2 is less than 0, it will certainly have real root. So there is no need to write this one. This is already justified here. So this means again in second one we have only one condition, that is Fk1 into Fk2 is less than 0. That's good thing about this second type. You want to see that again? You see AFK only one less than 0. This is the condition. You want to see more? So in second one again only one condition, that is C by A less than 0. This is, if you observe thing, I will focus on this observation thing. If you observe things math, it's even easier to remember. So always see the pattern. In second type always we have only one condition. So by luck, if you get question from this type, this means it becomes a very easy question, right? Both the roots are outside K1, K2. So alpha, beta both are outside this interval K1, K2. Alpha, beta both are outside this interval K1, K2, right? So now observe and write all the determinant. So what will be D? I can see two distinct root, D will be greater than 0. What can we say about vertex? Vertex we cannot say anything. So second thing, we cannot say. What is AFK1? AFK1, if you look in all four cases, it is less than 0. A positive, FK1 negative, product is negative. A negative, FK1 positive, product is negative. So it is less than 0. Fourth, AFK2, what will it be? It is again less than 0. So these three conditions here will fix both the roots outside K1, K2. Let's take one example. So the question is, let A minus 5x square minus 2ax plus A minus 4 equal to 0 be a quadratic equation. Find the value of A for which one root is smaller than 2 and other is more than 2. Means what? Roots are outside 1 and 2. So graph will be like this one. 1, 2. Both roots are outside 1, 2, or it can be like this, 1, 2, right? Both the roots are outside 1, 2. Now what is the condition? First condition was on D, D is greater than 0. What is second condition? Second condition on vertex, we cannot say anything about that. What is A into Fk1? Check it, it is less than 0 for all of them. So even if you don't need to remember this, what you need to do, you need to plot the curve and need to know what are the factors. So these A, F, K1 are the factors. Similarly, tell me what is what will be a fk2? It will also be less than 0. D, so it is 2a whole square b square minus 4 into a minus 5 into a minus greater than 0. So let's solve it. This is 4a square four a square will cancel out. It is 4 into 9a minus 20 greater than 0. So a is greater than 20 by 9. Okay. Now second part is a into fk1. So a is a minus 5 and fk1, k1 is 1, f1. So this would be less than 0. What is f1? A minus 5, f1 is, put value of x equal to 1, so it becomes a minus 5 minus 2a plus a minus 4. This should be less than 0. So it is a minus 5, a will cancel out, it is minus 9, less than 0. This means what? A minus 5 greater than 0. A is greater than 5. So it is 5 to infinity. This is second. And what was first? It is more than 20 by 9. Third one. Third one is what? A into fk2. So a is a minus 5, fk2, k2 is 2. So f2 less than 0. So a minus 5, f2, it is 4a minus 20 minus 4a plus a minus 4 less than 0. This is a minus 5 and this is a minus 24 less than 0. So it is sign scheme question. How can we do that? We will plot number line and then what? Apply sign scheme. So let's do it. Number line 5, 24 and then it is plus, minus, plus. We are looking for less than 0. So 5 to 24, 5 to 24. This is third one, right? Now what we need? We need to find intersection of 1, 2 and 3. So let's take intersection. Number line first is more than 20 by 9. So 20 by 9 bubble mark. Second says more than 5. So it is some 5 will be somewhere here, more than 5. Third one says 5 to 24. So 5 to 24, somewhere 24 is here, both bubble. So I can see this is common, right? So this is 20 by 9 comma 24. This is your final answer. Correct? So we solved one question of location of roots where there were two terms, two real numbers to fix the position of roots, right? Let's take one more example so that if you see more questions, it will help you more, right? So this equation is exactly one root between 1 and 2. Then we are supposed to find what is values of m, where m is real. So graph will be like this. Graph will be like this. So this is kind of this one. So 1, 2, or graph can be like this one. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? In all four cases, I very clearly remember. So I mean, without even plotting these curves, I can write the condition. What is this condition? Fk1 into Fk2 should be less than 0. Fk1 into Fk2 is less than 0. Now what is first number? 1. K1 is 1. So F1 and K2 is 2. F2 is less than 0. So it is not k1 1. Luckily k1 is 1, that's why I am writing 1 here. K2 is 2, that's why I am writing 2. K2 can be 10, then I will write here f10. Okay. Now f1 is what? 1, put x equal to 1 here. So it is 1 minus m minus 3 plus m. And then f2 is 4 minus 2 times m minus 3 plus m less than 0. So mm will cancel out, it is 4 into, this is minus m plus 10 less than 0. So it is minus m plus 10 less than 0, this means m is greater than 10. So it is 10 to infinity answer. If m is from 10 to infinity, then this will have exactly one root between 1 and 2. So I think you got this concept of location of root. So this is where I will end today's lecture. I have added few questions, please do that. Thank you everyone for watching this video. If you like this video, please like it, share it, comment on the comment section and subscribe it. Thank you.